Welcome back to Tech by Pike. Today we're talking about the Asus ROG Zephyrus 16-inch gaming laptop. This comes with the 12 Gen i9-12900H processor. That's 14 cores, 20 threads. Comes with the RTX 3070 Ti, and that maxes out at 120 watts with a Dynamic Boost 2.0. Comes with the 16-inch WQXGA 165 Hz display, and that's at around 500 nits. And then it comes with a 1 terabyte Gen 4 SSD, Wi-Fi 6E, and then this laptop does have a MUX switch, and so we'll be doing some game testing as well on this laptop. At the beginning of the video, when it first launched, you'll notice that the screen itself has quite a bit of backlight bleed, so take that in consideration when checking out this laptop. I've also seen some other online reviews, and some others are experiencing that same issue with this particular laptop, so keep that in mind. So without any further ado, let's get into it. This is the built-in 720p camera. I'm going to type here. See if you can hear it. You know, there's a little bit of lag. It's not the greatest quality, but at least it has a camera, so that's good news. We're going to test the speakers out here using some no copyright sounds on YouTube, and the speakers are set to high. So it gets pretty loud. There's a little bit of bass, you can hear it in there, and then the highs are a little tinny, but overall, really good quality sound. The Asus Armoury Crate is where you can go to do some performance tuning on your laptop based on what you're doing with it, whether it's productivity or gaming. Down here you have silent, performance, turbo, and then you do have a manual mode, and then you also can do some monitoring of your CPU, fan speeds, your GPU stats, and not only that, this is where you would access the MUX switch and to go to full dedicated graphics that would require a restart of the laptop. We performed some screen testing using our Spider X Pro, and we got 100% of sRGB. We got 87% of Adobe RGB, 99% of P3. We started some of our synthetic benchmarking using 3D Mark. We tested with TimeSpy, Firestrike, a storage benchmarking tool, and a CPU benchmarking tool. Our TimeSpy graphics score was 10,743, our CPU score was 14,708, and compared to online, our score was 11,195, which was around right in the middle between average and best. Our Firestrike graphics score was 27,445, physics score was 30,190, combined score was 10,945, and our online comparison was 24,135, and that was just in the middle of average and best. Our CPU profile, we have our max threads, 16 threads, 8 threads, 4 threads, and below that, and you can see the monitoring and the scores there. And then our storage benchmark, you can see, was 1,696. On Cinebench R23, our CPU multi-core score was 17,908, and our CPU single core score was 1,848. We played a number of our favorite games, and we benchmarked frames per second on each one. These games were set on high, and the laptop was set to the dedicated graphic with the MUX switch turned on. For Star Wars Battlefront, we were getting around 150 to 160 FPS. I think that's fantastic. Cyberpunk 2077 between 48 and 67 FPS on average. Lost Ark, we were getting around 105 to 115 FPS on average. Destiny 2, we were getting 115 to 122 FPS on average. And then God of War, we were getting between 84 and 90 FPS on average. So we're doing a little benchmarking using Horizon Zero Dawn, and I wanted to capture the fan noise real quick. Everything's on high. So we're hitting around 50 to 52 decibels. We're doing some benchmarking on Horizon Zero Dawn still, and I wanted to check out some temperatures on the keyboard and keyboard deck. And it looks right below the screen, right above the GPU and CPU. We're hitting around 35.1 to 35.2 Celsius. And then down by the palm rests, it lowers significantly to about 22 to 23 Celsius. So here's our comparison spreadsheet, and the only other Asus Zephyrus M16 I reviewed was from last year. It was an i9 with 11900H with an RTX 3060, so I'm just going to throw that up there as a comparison. It's not apples to apples, but anyway, it's the same model. Our current laptop had a max of 171 for Shadows of the Tomb Raider for FPS on ultra settings, an average of 113, a minimum of 91. For F1 2020, we got a max of 274 FPS, 236 was the average, and minimum was 184. On Red Dead Redemption, we got a max of 79 FPS, average of 52, and a minimum of 28. And for Horizon Zero Dawn, our last game here, we got a max of 103, an average of 59, and a minimum of 39. The Asus ROG Zephyrus 16-inch gaming laptop. There's a lot to like about this laptop, and then there's some significant red flags for me. But let's talk about the good. The trackpad, the keyboard, it's all good. The keyboard deck has that rubbery feel. Not a big fan, but it's okay. Plenty of I/O. I wish it had a full-size SD slot instead of the mini SD. It's thin, it's light. You can easily travel with it. I like the aesthetic. There is some opportunity for upgrading. It has the one memory DIMM that you can swap out, and then it has a swappable Wi-Fi card and an extra slot for another SSD for more storage. Great. I wish that the DIMMs, the memory DIMMs, were not soldered to the motherboard, and they're both swappable, but you can't have everything, I guess. The things I didn't like are red flags, and I just mentioned one, was the soldered memory to the motherboard, and that's unfortunate because you can upgrade it to only so far. The screen itself is another red flag, and the backlight bleed I showed right at the beginning of this video could be a red flag. I know backlight bleed is you could get a laptop, same unit, and may not have that issue, but I've seen a number of reviews out there, even out on the Best Buy website, where people are complaining about the backlight bleed on this particular laptop for 2022. And so you got a trend going. So there is some quality control issues maybe around the screen. So when looking for a new laptop and you happen to maybe think about this one, keep that in mind. Anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this from Tech by Pike, hit the subscribe button. We appreciate it. Helps the channel. Not only that, it helps us get better as we go along and gives us an opportunity to bring more videos like this to you. And for that, we appreciate it. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you in the next one.